Hello guys, it's Stephen here back with another video. It's a 25 to 7 on a Thursday when I'm recording. I don't know why I just told you that, but I just did tell you. Basically, it's Thursday evening. We're only a couple of days, 3 days away from Manchester City playing again. But today I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update about the world of Manchester City and some of the goings on around the club at the moment. Before I go too far, I want to tell you about the best place to actually find all that stuff other than this channel, of course. One Football. They've been sponsoring my channel for absolutely ages. They're a wonderful app with loads of fantastic updates. They keep you entertained and informed during the quiet periods, during the week and all that kind of stuff. So go download it, link in the description below. It's really good, I promise you. Go download it. It's a mint app, free stats, free news, all that kind of stuff at Manchester City. Go and download it. Also, look at this. Bright, isn't it? Bright, bold and beautiful. I got it from somewhere. Won't tell you where, but I got it. Anyway, today we're going to talk about Benjamin Mendy and Fernandinho. A little bit of an update there. For one, Benjamin Mendy is back in training. Look at this photo on screen right now. He looks absolutely trim, doesn't he? He's always been a big lad in terms of stock in that, but he looks genuinely in exceptional shape. Really, really healthy looking. I'm so glad for him. In general, I feel really sorry for Mendy. I think people got frustrated by his attitude and all that kind of stuff, but I don't think he'd harm a fly. I think he's always been a nice guy, maybe enjoyed life a little bit too much, but he was never a bad person, and no one deserves to sit on the sidelines for 2 years with injuries and all that kind of stuff. And I reckon he probably would have got to him a little bit. There's all these reports last year when apparently he kind of got a bit emotional when he was confronted about all this kind of stuff about his attitude and training and stuff. So I think he does genuinely care. And by the looks of it, as you've seen on his Instagram, if you haven't saw it over the summer, honestly, he was worked like a dog. His intensity, his absolute drive to get fit, and you can see the results. And look how fit he looks in those pictures at the moment. I know it's only a photo, but he looks like he's lost a lot of weight. He looks lean, he looks ready, and he was working so hard in the summer. So fingers crossed he'll actually be back soon. Now, to me, Mendy, as good as Zinchenko is, good as Angelino can be, if Mendy gets back to anywhere near his best, we are simply just a better team. There's no doubt about that. Mendy could be an absolute game changer down the left for us, especially without Sané's crossing ability over there. We need so we can provide that width. And Zinchenko's good at getting forward, but he isn't in that same kind of league. And he gives us a chance to play wing backs. Now, I don't suspect we'll see him for a while because I still think he's got a lot of fitness to prove. And Pep Guardiola did actually say last week or the week before, Pep was questioned during a press conference about it, and he said, this is a quote from Guardiola. It says, "What I want for Benjamin is to be fit, to be ready for training sessions in a week or the week after. That's the target. And afterwards, his specific qualities will help us. When he's played good, but he needs to play. He's been almost 2 years out now, and he's come back and after out, and we need him for our movement, our rhythm, for many things we want to do. The first target is to be fit rather than to play. To train regularly for a month, then he has a chance to play." That is the key line there, to train regularly for a month, and then he has the chance to play. So basically, what we're seeing there is caution from Guardiola and Manchester City. What we don't want to do, and understandably, is get him back on the pitch again, see him get injured and not know basically what's going on with him. We're going to take it really slowly in training. We're going to make sure that in general he can handle training, and the month thing I think is just to prove that it can be long term, so we don't get ahead of ourselves, that we don't rush him back, and we see no signs of a recurrence, because we've got the squad options now that we simply don't have to do that. We've got Zinchenko, who's fantastic. We've got Angelino back, who's not had a chance yet, but he's a great little left back, and we have got the squad depth to do this. We don't need to rush him back. And the month thing for me, it looks even more perfect when you consider the fact that the games we've got coming up now, you look at the fixtures, I'll get them up now here. We've got, obviously we've got Bournemouth coming up, Brighton, Norwich, Watford, but we've got an international break from the 31st to around the 14th. We've got 2 weeks in September. So a month from now, 4 weeks of training, it takes him around to the Watford time. And if you actually look at the Carabao Cup schedule, there's actually going to be a game around the 23rd of September, which is basically a month from now. That to me is what he should be aiming at. That game, whoever we're going to play in that time, that's where Benjamin Mendy should be aiming for, the Carabao Cup game. That would be a perfect chance for him to get some minutes there. I don't think he'll make his return in the Premier League. I think it'll be a cup game, and that seems just absolutely perfect for him. Fingers crossed, in a couple of weeks' time, after a lot of training. And honestly, he does look in great shape. I can't deny it. It looks like he's been working really hard. Fingers crossed he'll be ready for some game time. Fingers crossed he does that left foot that he's got, and maybe that turn of pace, because going forward, when he has been on the pitch, he's showed so much potential. We are a better team with him in the pitch. That's absolutely no doubt. Imagine the future, right? Where he gets fit, then we want to play wing backs, and we've got Cancelo bombing down the right, we've got him bombing down the left, we've got so many variations to play. It'd be great. I really like Mendy. I think he seems a decent bloke. Yeah, there's been some kind of young person mistakes, but he's only young. Maybe life's come too easy for him, because when you win that many trophies and have little involvement maybe he can lose focus. He's been managed by Bielsa. We saw that clip going around on social media recently. Bielsa lecturing when he was at Marseille and all this kind of stuff. He's also now with Guardiola, and if anyone can get the best out of him with Guardiola, if he can get himself fit, fingers crossed. And also a bit of news about Fernandinho was going around today. Apparently, we're going to wait for him a little bit. He's in no rush to actually discuss any deal with Manchester City. He's only got 9 months left on his contract, which sounds quite worrying. But this is Fernandinho here now, according to I think it's someone from the Daily Mail, Mike McGrath. From the Sun. I know, take it with a pinch of salt, but it seems a very specific report to actually not take this seriously. Now, according to this guy, City have got good relationships between the player and the club. There is good relationships between the player and the club, and there's no risk and no worry about him leaving or anything like that. So they're gonna take the time with it. And I think that's fair and understandable. It's also probably just for Fernandinho as well, just in case he isn't useful this season. I'm sure he'll get plenty of game time, but in Fernandinho's head, he might be thinking, "Oh, Rodri's really good, I might not get any games this season. I'll just kind of wait and see how this goes out." And at the same time, City will probably also just trust him to be central about the whole thing. We'll just kind of see what's mutually beneficial. Either way, if City wanted him to stay and we show that we want him, he will stay around. He loves it here. Though he is 34, he turned 34 in May, so he isn't getting any younger. He'll be 35 by the time next season finishes, just about. Fingers crossed he's lifting the Champions League trophy at that point or something. But Fernandinho, we can wait for him. We can take our time. He's such a loyal servant that even regardless of what happens, even if he walks away in a free transfer, would anyone really begrudge him that? I think City are pretty good with stuff like that. If the players have served their time, if they've been a useful servant to the club and all that kind of stuff, and they've won the thing and the board likes them. I think we all know how much the board probably likes Fernandinho. We know Pep absolutely loves him. He's a legend in the eyes of the fans. Then I'm sure if it came to it, they won't mind him leaving if they really want to go for basically nothing, because we've had the value from those players. This isn't like one of those players where we try and get the money back. This is like, well, thank you. You've been brilliant. We've enjoyed every single year we've had a year. And he's getting to that point now where we start to kind of respect his age, respect his authority and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not worried. What I really hope is that we get another... I'd love to get another season out of him, even if it's just to kind of oversee the next potential stand-in for Rodri and all that kind of stuff. As it is, I think he may struggle for game time a bit more than we think, because we've seen the start so far Rodri's made, and Rodri's been absolutely fantastic. Genuinely been brilliant. He's just such a good player. Generally, such an excellent player. He has that composure, that kind of physicality. I think he's a little bit better at getting the ball forward quicker than Fernandinho is. He's not quite as sharp defensively, but one thing he does have is a physicality that Fernandinho doesn't have in terms of height and size. Not quite as sharp and quick yet, but he's only been 3 competitive games for Manchester City so far. Give him a little bit of time, and I'm including the Community Shield in that for anyone asks, Sam. I can see it's an important trophy to me personally. It is. It's a good trophy, We won something. But for now, though, Fernandinho could be spending a bit of time on the bench. We will see him get plenty of games, I'm sure, at some point, because it just seems inevitable. He could also be used as a centre-back. I wouldn't be surprised if we play 3 at the back. Fernandinho is a big part of that, and he wouldn't be Mendy, Stones, and Laporte. It'd be 2 of the usual centre-backs and Fernandinho there. Because Fernandinho, we know Pep loves a player out of position. We saw him do it with Mascherano at Barcelona. Now, obviously, it's a little bit easier to defend the league in terms of physicality than it is in the Premier League, but Fernandinho would fit that role absolutely perfectly, and he's trusted as well. He's still got good physicality. He's not got considerably slower or anything like that. He's like the Jurosub buddy. He can keep going and going. So I'm hoping what we see from Fernandinho is this kind of ever-changing role for him. We start to see him become an elder statesman, and he's obviously won't play as much. David Silva won't play as much. There'll be some rotation there. It could be, though. It could genuinely be that David Silva and Fernandinho just pass on in the summer, which is... It's terrifying, isn't it? Kompany gone, Zabaleta gone, Yaya gone. It could be David Silva and Fernandinho in the summer. It will be David Silva. Oh, it's the changing order, but Guardiola thankfully is overseeing that. Though I suspect there will be a moment or two where he has to play a bunch of games. It could be this weekend. You could see him play, away at Bournemouth. That could be a big game from Cancelo there, by the way, as well. And I think he'll be very useful, because having someone around like him to really oversee the development, and fingers crossed he'll get to spend a bit of time as well, whoever his replacement is, because it's always nice to see him pass on some messages. I wonder what he'll do after he finishes at Manchester City. Will he leave, or will he go into coaching, or will he just play for another team? I would love to see him at Manchester City as a coach in some form, because we all know how good he can be. He's a fantastic player, and I just want him around the club in general because he's a fantastic person. He was a great quote from him, by the way, as well. He was talking about how Manchester City have got a lot of great players, but most importantly, we've got a lot of great people at the club, a lot of great individuals, and that's just so true. We've built up a squad now full of no-nonsense, hard-working professionals who are all determined to win, and that is a big part of our success. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of those news stories. I'm really hoping that Benjamin Mendy, this is the turning point for him, because I like him. He seems like a nice lad, despite his slight immaturity at the same time. He's not a bad person. He seems to fit into the squad really well. He's obviously very talented, and he's had a lot of bad fortune, and most of that bad fortune, pretty much all of it, isn't to do with his lifestyle choices. You don't get injured on the pitch with a bad knee injury or whatever it was, because you went out. He doesn't even drink apparently, so it's just been unfortunate. Fernandinho, fingers crossed he'll be around to oversee the changing of the guard and all that kind of stuff. Guys, there'll be a preview tomorrow. Not tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. Maybe it'll be Saturday, I reckon. Tomorrow I might do a video about Cancelo, actually, about what he can bring to Manchester City. For now, though, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Go and download One Football League in the description below. Got a bit tongue-tied there. Like, comment, all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you very, very soon.